Cheers, please. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Tuco in the building. Bro, what?
Man, what's good, man? What's good to the people? What's good with you? Hey, man, look here, man. It's Tuesday. We after the thing. We after the holiday. Where everybody ate good. I hope you threw away all your food because after about 3 or 4 days, Thanksgiving food is about. I think everybody about tired and done with it. So throw that on out. But no, man, we as my bro would say, man. Well, as he said, Raw was pretty damn good last night. I fell asleep through it. So that's look, I'm not gonna lie. That first hour, I was for the first hour. That first hour uninterrupted, I was for it. Man, they went to that first commercial and it just totally changed me. But other than that, man, no, man, I'm good. Always excited to come and talk to the people. Have a little fun and whatnot. But yeah, man, let's get into the show. Let's talk it. Let's talk a little news. Let's talk a little Raw. Let's just talk to the people.
What's going on? He said, "What up, GOW Podcast?
What up? What's good? What's good?"
Tune in, on special Tuesday evening edition of the GOW. But with that being said, my man
shoot from the hip.
Like my man said, man, hey, Raw was pretty good, man. We started off last night with the Bloodline entering the arena. So we got Sammy and Jay. Bro, oh my God, seeing them two dab each other, hug each other. Oh my God, bro. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I'm actually feeling bad for Jay. And I know me and you, we talked about it. We said, man, when Sammy makes that turn, we are going to be so heartbroken, but it's going to be so great.
No. I don't feel bad for Jay. I am expecting it. I can't wait for it to happen.
What up, Earl? I'm waiting for it to happen too, but my thing is, here's the only reason I feel bad for Jay, even though I know I shouldn't. It's because, bro, Jay was so against Sammy. He was trying to tell the people, and my thing was, I didn't see what Jay was seeing. I didn't see it. I just thought he was being a hater. Remember, everybody, Jay's a hater. I thought Jay was just being a hater. And now we got Kevin Owens back and the dynamic has shifted and he's finally embraced Sammy. But dude, okay, let's talk about the storytelling. Let's talk about the camera work. Okay, I'm gonna kind of jump ahead a little bit. So when we got to that main event match between Kevin Owens and Jay Uso, bro, did you notice the way Sammy was looking during certain spots of the match? So you could tell like he's plotting, but he's trying to cover his tracks. Dude, what are your thoughts right now, man? And how long do we go with Sammy and Jay being cool? Do we see this turning at the Royal Rumble, or do we see this going a little past the Rumble before we finally find out Sammy and Kevin's true intentions?
Past the Rumble. Because again, like I said, this is the nail in the coffin for the Bloodline. You got everybody that was, everybody thinks Solo gonna turn. I don't think it's gonna be Solo. Solo is gonna ride with him until things start to fall apart. What up, Leo? Yo. With the storyline of Jay, it's not gonna be that you feel bad for him. He's gonna talk the most shit because, bruh. Hey, he's going. I told y'all, man. It wasn't somebody. I told y'all kept telling me I was tripping. Man, I'm always a hothead. I ain't feeling oozy. Well, oozy. I'm not being oozy. You're not being oozy, Jay. You're not being oozy. Man, when he gets the blow up, and boy, and I can't wait to the one time where he blow up at Roman, and he don't back down. He be like, nah, bruh, you of all thought better. And I told you, and you ain't listen to me. I'm supposed to be the right-hand man. Your right-hand man telling you this dude is a snake, and you didn't listen to me. And I can't wait. And then that's where we're going to get back to main event Uso Jay Uso. That's where we're going to get back to that. So
where does Jimmy and Solo fall into the equation?
Man, they'll fall wherever they fall. Solo will fall solo. Okay, he'll be solo. He'll go back to being. He'll we know what it is. He's the brother. Right. We know who he is, but he's gonna go back to doing what he was doing, and that's whooping ass and being the street champ, and building his name up. Right now, it just makes the most sense because he's truly bloodline to the bloodline. So it's like, bro, why would we not have him ride with us? So it's going to be about him proving himself afterwards. Jay, we can get a solo Jay run. The Usos as a tag team kind of are on the same journey now as the New Days, Big E and Kofi, and Xavier too, whenever Xavier finally gets a single championship. But with Big E and Kofi winning multiple singles championships and just needing that one, I want to say that maybe this will lead to the Usos doing a singles run. I think we have gotten enough of the Usos. Now, that's taken away a very vital tag team in an already shortened tag team division. But there's nothing. But there's nothing else for them to do. So it's like, where else can you really go with the Usos? Because of the pandemic and Jimmy being out, Jay Uso got a chance to shine. That's why we call him main event Uso, because the main event Jay, because we got to see him shine away from the tag team, and then he went back to it. And people were kind of mad that he went back to it. They're like, nah, man, we like Jay, but there was a story being told. They ended up getting the titles. They are the undisputed champion. They're the longest reigning WWE tag team champions in history. They're 7 or 8 times. They don't have as many as the New Day, but they got the longest record. So there's really nothing else for them to do other than do singles run. Now, Earl, you say Earl is hooked on Solo. Solo looks like that every day. So I don't see him necessarily turning on them. What I see is him getting upset of the dysfunction and walking away. Like, I can see him doing that. I don't see Solo's not a big enough part. He's the latest addition. He's the brother. He's the muscle, but he's not significant. Where Jay and Jimmy are significant because they're the undisputed tag team champions. It's really only matters with Sammy because Sammy's he's the Trojan horse. That's all that is. And so it's really more the focus on them. Like, again, Solo's just there. That's why when they do break up, I can see Solo just going to be him. He just him. He already a badass. So it ain't like he good. He can go do another show. He can go to Raw or something and kind of start over. But where do Jimmy and Jay go? They gotta go. What up, Kevin? They gotta go to singles run. We gotta get that Jay Uso singles run, and then Jimmy should follow behind, and he should do a singles run. It's not like they won't never come back and do a tag team, but now it's like, bruh, what something different? That'll be different.
And I think honestly, man, for reference, you can kind of book it like FTR. How FTR is still a tag team, but they still do their own little singles thing and whatever like that. Like, bro, and to me, honestly, that gave a tag team like FTR, it gave it more life because, or even with I'd even say, what's our guys, the Acclaim, same thing, like Caster and Bowens, bro. I love watching them in tag team action, but I equally like watching them as singles individuals as well because that's where you really get to see, okay, like, is one better than the other? No, okay, like, bro, they both go out there hold their own. With a lot of tag teams, when they try to do their own thing, it's clear, like, okay, this one's 1 and this is B, A and B. But with Jimmy and Jay, I think in tag or singles, they both are pretty equal. With Jay, though, I think he's up a little bit higher because Jimmy was out so long, all the focus was on Jay. And then you got to see him in these matches. And it was so crazy because he was losing a lot of these matches and still got the main event moniker because, bro, he was dogging.
He was putting on a show. Good. Jay was showing us he was more than just a tag team wrestler. He was hanging in there. He wasn't losing. He wasn't Like you had to put your best thing on Jay, just for him to either submit or pin out. So, but again, it was a great way. Like some people like you don't want to see someone lose so much. You can lose as long as the loss looks great.
Yeah,
there's always a way of accepting a loss, man. It's about how the person looked. Where's the credibility? Where's their credibility? There was very much credibility when Uso was going up against Daniel Bryan and Edge and all these other guys that didn't think he could handle himself, or Cesaro, whoever, people he was wrestling at the time before he started wrestling Roman.
Yeah.
But he was getting opportunities to show he's more than a tag team wrestler. Jimmy, the breakup will allow for them to go their separate way. Because obviously, one or two things are going to happen. I don't think we'll get Sammy and Kevin versus the Usos at the Royal Rumble.
No.
I'm thinking if they were going to do Kevin Owens versus Roman at the Royal Rumble, I'm thinking Sammy might win the Rumble. You have Sammy, but then that would set up Sammy for WrestleMania, which I don't think that's happening either.
Yeah.
So, because I think the setup will be Kevin and Sammy versus the Usos at WrestleMania. I think that's where the bloodline is going to lose all championships. I think everybody, KO and Solo over. Nah, that ain't happening. He ain't changing. That ain't happening. KO and Sammy is gonna face the Usos, but the question is, well, who's facing Roman? Right. And we don't know. So that's another question mark.
This is a unique position though for Roman in WWE because you got to get the titles of both of them, but you have a plethora of opponents. This is the first time in a very long time in Roman's reign.
Do we have no? Let's be honest. We're talking about Roman Reigns. We're talking about somebody that we can look at and say, yeah, they're going to beat him.
Bro,
I've already told you 3 people who I think will win it.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, we got Seth, right? Seth. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got Drew.
Right? No. Really? Drew's not on my list. Drew's not on my list. I'm not picking. Wow. I don't think Drew's WrestleMania moment is over. It's over.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask this. Okay, do you think had Drew not won at the Mania during the pandemic, do you think that's what messed it up for him? Because he won, he had this big moment in front of the
pandemic. The pandemic messed it up. Period. Because it did the same thing to Moxley. The only difference is WWE isn't that cynical where AEW allowed Moxley to win a championship again and hold it and actually get that proper crowd motivation.
He was supposed to be scheduled to win it the next year at the next WrestleMania.
But they put him, and he did. He beat Bobby Lashley for the championship.
But
he lost to Bobby.
Exactly.
Bobby retained because Bobby had just won it. Because we were all like, nah, Bobby can't just lose his championship. He finally just got it. So no. He lost that one too. Yeah.
And then he lost to Roman at Clash at the Castle, which I thought would have been perfect. Oh my God. I thought that would have.
That's the ball drop. That's the ball drop. And that's why when we were saying, okay, they don't have to make it both championships. They can only make it one championship. Get one of the belts off Roman, and he can keep the other belt and still keep the longest title reign. Yeah. Because he just won the WWE Championship from Brock at WrestleMania. He only had it for a couple of months. It's the Universal Championship with the longest title reign to it. So, bruh, take the WWE Championship off of him. That way, he can lose, but he doesn't lose. Or it could be his first loss. All right, it's his first pin loss in a while. But guess what? He's still the longest reigning champion, and he's going to win out damn near for the rest of the time anyway. So that was WWE's mistake. They should have did that because that would have made up to Drew McIntyre for the missed WrestleMania because of the pandemic. And then the next year, because Bobby had became what he had became because he was dogging in the pandemic. Vince rewarded him. And we were like, you know what? He deserved it. So we didn't want to see him lose. But that would have made up for it. Him winning that championship off Roman Reigns, just win the WWE Championship off Roman Reigns in your home city. Dude, that is WrestleMania. That would have ended it right there. So whenever he would have lost it, again, he had his moment. We got it back, and then you can do whatever you need to do. You can build moving forward. But right now, Drew's time is over. It's over. It's done. I'm not saying they can't still use him with it, but I'm saying no, you can't do it. You can't. Like Drew had his time. He's had too many moments. He's lost non-title matches and title matches to Roman Reigns. Bro, no. I'm not saying he can't never beat him, but at this moment, no. It's got to be somebody else. That's why I'm looking at a Seth Rollins. I'm looking at a Cody if they decide they want to go with Cody, because I believe they want Cody to get his championship run. Right. I'm not gonna lose out on my boy Matt Riddle. I'm not losing out on Riddle. Somehow I feel like Riddle, he's been off for a little minute. He's been whatever. I'm not losing faith in Riddle, man. So
and he deserves it, to be honest. Let's be real, bro. He deserves it.
He kind of do, man. Like the dude, he's had a very high moment. Him and Randy Orton, man, were the hottest act in the company, and you can't tell me this dude wasn't putting on good matches with anybody he got in the ring with.
And another reason I want to agree with you about Matt Riddle, because despite goofy character aside, this guy has a legitimate MMA fighting background. This guy in real life will beat your ass. So I think, he's one of those X factors where it's like, okay, is he the most physically imposing? No, but guess what? In real life, that guy, he about it. But Tuco, okay, so we spent the first 17 minutes on Roman and the Bloodline. Let's get to a returning character, man. The man of the people, Becky Lynch, bro. You called it, you son of a gun. You called it. What did you say at Survivor Series? You like, I think this version of Becky Lynch and Bayley would be great. And then guess what? We get Becky Lynch. She came out. She was talking to the people. She was saying she missed the people. She went out to the crowd on her Sandman. And guess who came out? Who do you say? Bayley.
And it made perfect sense.
Like, if this ain't Too Cold, Kimbro Domus, hey, what's that, Miss Cleo? Call me now.
Call me now. I tell you the future. Call me now, bro. It makes sense, but it makes all the. But again, because it makes the perfect sense. When Bayley was when Becky was the man. Bayley was going through her transition from the Bayley to the Bay. Bayley from the Bay. She wasn't Bayley the hugger no more. She was Bay from the Bay. So during that transition, the pandemic happened, but then Becky got hurt. Becky got pregnant. Of course, Becky had to leave. But then that gave Bayley opportunity to get her character off and do what she needed to do, and what she did. But by the time she got back, she got hurt. Becky came back in, and then they just kept missing each other. And then as soon as Bayley does come back, what happened with Becky? She got hurt again. This time she did get hurt, and she had to go sit for a while. So now you got them. You got these two people who have come up along with Sasha Banks and Charlotte as the four horsewomen of the WWE, and they have made a foundation in the evolution of the women wrestling, along with a woman named Paige, who definitely was there before them, and a lot of others. But we got to see such drastic character change between these two. We never got to see these two go at it. Even if you really think about it, Bayley and Becky Lynch never really went at it, because they were kind of always both faces. They were always the good people. Is Bayley one that turned heel that really made it, and Becky, her heel turned her to an anti-hero, which was a fan favorite. So it was like but we never got them both, because one was on Raw, the other was on SmackDown, and then of course, like I said, vice versa.
And the great thing about that too is Bayley and Becky Lynch. These weren't two women who were manufactured or forced down our throats by the machine. These are two women who organically grew, because even though Bayley, Sasha, especially Becky was the one. She was really like the last one of the four horsewomen when they first came up that people were really talking about. I mean, even though her, Sasha, and they had.
She was the first one to win the SmackDown championship when they went back, when they got called up. She won the first women's SmackDown championship. Like, she was the first when they brought the championship up. But I feel like shows back again.
But I feel like even with that, she didn't get the respect or the reverence of the other two. And I'm gonna put her and Bailey kind of at 1 and 2. It wasn't until she held her own going in towards that feud with Ronda Rousey where it was like, okay, it's undeniable. I feel like she always had a certain level of respect as a wrestler, but I feel like as a character, I don't feel like WWE completely trusted her, and she didn't get pushed away.
Her character wasn't that great.
Or
The Irish ass kicker was a nice gimmick, but let's be honest, Sasha Banks stood out more. Charlotte stood out more. So we want Sasha chance as Survivor Series. Oh, of course we got them chance. And they still want Sasha. The downfall for Becky was she went to SmackDown, but Bayley didn't follow with her. Bayley was still NXT. Yeah. But Bayley wasn't a bad guy or a heel. She was a face. So she was good. Right. Sasha and Flair started something on Raw. That's what got them two over. Yeah. You can't forget about the Raw Women's Exchange that happened between Sasha Banks and Flair, because they were beating the holy shit out of each other for like 4 months. And they were beating each other for the championship. So I feel like that's what made Becky third. When Bayley came up, that made Becky fourth. Like she dropped. She went from being 1 to 3, and then to 4 once Bayley got up there. So, but now they both had a resurgence because Bayley was always popular, but it was that positivity. That it was. She was the female John Cena. To me, she was the female. She was the female John Cena. That's what she was to me. I feel like they could have been a mixed match tag team, the Hugging Nation. That's what it could have been, the Hug Nation or something like that. Hug Nation. But once they had character change, now we see who they are. We love what Bayley is now because she's arrogant. She needs to win, but she's arrogant right now. And I feel like a win against Becky Lynch would do good for her. Because right now it ain't like Becky needs to win. Becky's hot, man. Becky can win, lose. She don't need the championship, get the championship. Right now, Becky is still hot because Becky's still the man. So it's going to make interesting because out of all the people we've seen fight, we've seen Sasha and Becky fight. We've seen Flair. We've seen Flair fight them all, but we never got a Becky and a Bayley. Yeah. We haven't gotten that on the main roster too often. So it's like, actually at all. I don't think they ever fought one-on-one at all. So it's like so many years now with these two characters where they're at, this is what we're getting. As far as the beatdown and all that was typical, whatever. But I'm more excited for the fact that now we get a fresh rivalry. We get something fresh and new, because this is the man Becky Lynch versus Bayley. Becky needs a huge win. Becky don't need a huge win. She just lost. Hell, she just won War Games. Yeah, she just won. Yeah, she just won War Games. Like, she don't need to win. And Becky is so over. But Bayley, as of lately, she's been losing. She hasn't, because they're saving Bianca for Ripley. But Bayley and Damage Control as a group have been taking a lot of losses. That's why I'm like, in a feud like this, I think just to kind of get her confidence back up, because it ain't gonna hurt Becky, because Becky can take a loss, man, because she's already there. Bayley needs to get this victory. Trust me, Earl, you'll see it when we get to the match.
And then really quick before we move on too, I just want to kind of agree with you because,
I won't fail you, Earl.
Because with Becky, you gotta think about it. She was a champ for damn near 2 years before she had the baby. So,
and then came back and was the champion from the SummerSlam until that WrestleMania. So my thing is, and then that's why they had to do they went from the man to big time Bex, because she needed that character change because people was getting tired of seeing her. So then, she went out again after her injury angle, came back. Now she's back to man of the people. Like you said, she's so hot right now. She's in that very unique position to where she doesn't need the title to make her. She, at this point, just by stepping in the ring, she's her and her husband are in the same boat.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, they're there to elevate the talent. of the other women coming up, because now it's like, okay, look, Becky, you've been to the mountaintop, but you're only as good as the person you in the ring with. So now, okay, we bringing in new talent, we bringing back old talent or whatever like that. Okay, who else can we have be that next person? Because what you don't want to be, you don't want Becky or Bayley or Sasha or Charlotte to be the next John Cena, to where when you leave, your division is scrambling. No, you're at a point right now where you could go another year and a half without winning that title and still be able to elevate other people. So now when you win that title again and somebody else challenges you, or you challenge said person for the championship,
someone new.
It's new. It adds a level of intrigue, because we don't want to see Becky versus Ronda or Charlotte 10 years from now. No, let me see.
I don't want to see it this year.
Exactly.
We only got a month left, and I don't even want to see it for the rest of this year. So, bruh, no, I don't want to see it next year either. But I agree with you. We definitely want to continue to see the new talent, because the new talent are the Ripleys and the Biancas and the Gonzalez. And these are the new girls. And right now, when you think about it, the 4 horsewomen have dominated wrestling. They have all won all the female championships in WWE. You are the top. You are the gold. No, you are the platinum brass of women's wrestling right now. Regardless if Sasha Banks in the company or not, when you think about it, Becky, Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, they're the new bearer standards in women's wrestling. And now Bianca and Ripley and Candice LeRae and all these, they're all finna now come up and be the new ones. And EO and Asuka, you definitely can't miss Asuka. Sorry.
Well, no, and you're right. And so I want to transition from that to a new group of women, because we talk about the 4 horsewomen right now. Just for the sake of having a name, I think now you got, a newer version of that. When you got Bianca, you said it, Ripley, you got Gonzalez. These 3 women right here, I feel like could really, take this women's division into the future. And I want to speak on one specifically, Rhea Ripley, because we already know when she first came up from NXT, she got done dirty, man, with Charlotte Flair beat her at WrestleMania. But I will say this, everybody knows you need that badass. It's going to be Bianca Belair. Over babyface, she's been killing it. Great run, but you need somebody that's gonna bring the smoke. And Rhea Ripley is that one. And when she does get the belt, I believe it's gonna be fucking magical, because we've seen what Bianca do. And now we're not going from Bianca to a 4 horsewoman. We're going from Bianca to another woman who came up with her, who's also a dominant force in this industry, and that's Rhea Ripley. Bro, Rhea Ripley and Mia Yim, they had a match last night. You and I, we talked before we got on the air. We said, bro, Mia Yim looking good. I think Mia Yim was a positive addition, bringing her back.
She kicked the Tims. Don't sugarcoat it. She kicked the Tims, bruh. No, you know that was always my issue. My issue was, damn, if she take them damn Tims off, she might be able to just move around the ring a little bit better. And look what happened. She took the damn Tims off.
She took the Tims off of her, and Rhea Ripley had a hell of a match. Two things. I'm gonna get your thought on the match first, and then I want to get your thoughts on Rhea Ripley, bro, and what she can truly mean to this women's division with a true successful title reign. And of course, you're gonna get it. But
well, let's put some respect on Ripley's name. She's already had a true title reign. She dominated NXT champion. She came in, she won the Raw Women's Championship. I think she's already won it 2 or 3 times already. So she's already a multi-time Raw Women's Champion. The slight issue with her run was, 1, Charlotte, and 2, creative of Vince McMahon. That was the issue. So now it's like, now we're going to get to see her in all her glory. Not only in all her glory, but now she's a different character than what we were seeing her when she was showing up and she was winning. So now she's the heel. She's the bad bitch. Okay, she's big. She's the new big cool. My mommy cool. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Ripley's gonna do what we expect, because we see how physical she is. We see how, man, she's very physical. The girl can move around the room. Our character is great. Like people are not gonna. You would think there are going to be some people that will boo because she beat Bianca Belair, and then there's going to be people that will cheer because they want to see this Ripley be the dominant champion we know she can be. Health-wise, because we know we had the reason why we didn't get the match months ago. Because I believe if she was okay then, she would be the champion now.
Yes.
Like, it wouldn't just be building up to Ripley just now getting the belt. I think she would have been the champion, at least by Extreme Rules. I think if we'd have got Ripley versus Bianca at Extreme Rules, then Ripley would have been the champion. At least, if not SummerSlam, or no, what was it? Clash at the Castle. If it wasn't Clash at the Castle, it at least would have been Extreme Rules. So one of those two, she would have won if she was healthy then and ready to go. But as of right now, like I said, the match was cool with Mia Yim. I liked it. I like what Mia Yim brought to the table. She's definitely stepped her game up from what she previously used to be in NXT. She wasn't bad, but again, just the way she moved, I just feel like them Tims was holding her up. Them Tims was too heavy, man. They were stopping some momentum and things that she was doing. It just and they made her look sloppy. So I love everything that she's about now. She's definitely changed up. She's added to her repertoire, so she's good there. Want to see more of her. Michi or whatever. Try to remember her new name. But Ripley, bro, Royal Rumble. If she's not in the Royal Rumble, she needs to be fighting Bianca Belair.
Yes.
Agreed. And if she wins the Royal Rumble, then if she doesn't fight Bianca at the Royal Rumble, she needs to win the Royal Rumble. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want her to. I know that the main plan is, but if Ronda Rousey ended up holding the title to WrestleMania, I wouldn't be mad if Ripley went and took that title off of her. And the only reason I'm not saying I care for the match, I wouldn't be mad because I feel like she needs the SmackDown championship. That's the only one she hasn't won. So that's like, as a different, it's like, yeah, she can go win the SmackDown. But I don't think people would be mad if she beat Ronda Rousey. I don't think I'm not saying the match would be great. I'm pretty sure the better quality match would be the Bianca versus Rhea Ripley. But if it was like somebody people would cheer for to beat Ronda Rousey ass, and you have great confidence that she can beat her, I wouldn't mind that. But I'm throwing that to the side. It's gonna be Bianca versus Ripley, either at the Royal Rumble or at WrestleMania.
All right, Too Cold, man. As we get ready to wind down, we got Candice LeRae. She made her return. But speaking of returns, we got the Street Profits back, so it was good to see that.
I was glad to see my boy back, man. Hey, looking fresh to death, boy. I swear I had to bring that back, fresh to death, boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we got a recap of the U.S. Championship triple threat that happened with Lashley, Rollins, Theory. And speaking of, man, I want to end this on the future. Mm-hmm. We got to talk about the future to put this show to bed. The future, the present, the now. Austin Theory. He came out and he says, hey, look, no more of that Sylvie gimmick stuff. No more of that Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky, because y'all wanted to see my downfall. When I lost the Money in the Bank, I had the worst cash in history. When I was the United States champion, I was the worst champion. And the first time, he's not going to make it. He's not going to be successful. Well, guess what? I'm here now, and I'm done playing. And he's like, I'm nobody's boy. I'm a man, and I don't want to hear that talk no more. And then guess who comes out? He got to be the instigator. Guess who got to be the instigator? Seth Rollins came in his bad attires. And he came out, and he stepped
Hey, wait a minute. No, we are not going to gloss over the bad bitch attire, because even my wife was like, what the hell is he wearing? I said, he went in Becky's closet and pulled out whatever she had and put it on. Hell no. I hate you. Hell no. Seth came out in his bad bitch attire. Hey. Damn, that is that. Oh my God! Yeah.
Hey, my boy came down to the ring like he was auditioning for the baddie section, and I'm like, you know what? Hey, Seth, if it's anybody that could pull that off, and I'm not saying
the Monday Night Messiah. It's the Monday Night Messiah, man.
Bro, that is as close to
no, Rico. He didn't pull that shit off.
That is as close to Rico and Attitude Era Gold Dust as you're gonna get on this product, okay? Seth came out
came out like a bad bitch.
Hey, bruh, bad. I'm talking about my boy. My boy came out like he's ready to go to the club and not pay $1 to get through the door.
No, he ain't paying for no drinks. All his drinks are gonna be free.
Hey, sit up here and slide them drinks down there. This for the fella down there at the end of the bar. Go ahead, round.
Yeah, in the fishnet. Yeah, in the fishnet. Yeah. Hey, what up, bro? What up, bro?
Hey, this for the fella in the fishnets. Yes, sir.
Oh shit, man. Steph came down as a bad bitch, boy. You wild for that one, boy. You wild. Hey,
we just no observers here on the GOW.
I showed that one to the wife. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, he went to Becky's. He been having to go into Becky's closet. Like, hey, you wearing this today, babe? Like, if not, hey, I'm about to put this on. Walk it out. Damn, boy. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry, man. You said that, and I just had to bring light to that. That was just a bad bitch, boy. Bad bitch Rollins.
BBR. Bad bitch Rollins. There we go. We got it. Hey, when you do the curve stomp, it's going to be the baddie stomp.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Instead of the pedigree, you got the pedicure. But anyway.
Oh, I can't stand you. Oh shit, I can't stand you. Yo, Leo, get your boy, man. Get your boy, man.
I'm just saying.
Hit him with the pedicure. I can't stand you.
Technically, he using his feet, so I'm just saying,
I can't stand you, man. The stump gonna be called for the pedicure. Go ahead. I gotta mute this. Okay.
But we got the new United States champion Austin Theory in the ring. He's talking this talk. We got Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes out, and Seth Rollins is basically provoking my guy. And he's like, boy. And I don't know why the way Seth said that, because he just said something so simple. It's a boy. We say the word every day. But you could see the legit salt on the face of Austin Theory. And we're going to get that rematch. We're going to get that one-on-one. We're going to get Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory for the WWE United States Championship. And I'm loving this version of Austin Theory. But more importantly, I'm loving this version of Seth Rollins, because we talk about organic.
The bad bitch, yeah, of course.
We talk about organic reactions, and the fact that Seth Rollins initially started this gimmick and was a heel, and has put on such great performances in this character that the crowd has basically shifted the paradigm and naturally made him a face. I'm loving it, because now, if you pay attention, during that promo yesterday, you started to see more of that architect Seth Rollins come out in his mannerisms and the way he was talking. You started to see more of that old workhorse, that old shield Seth Rollins attitude come out, even though he was in this baddest of bad bitch attire. He said, bro, my question to you will be, and we're going to end this on Baddie Rollins, okay? Seth Rollins, Austin Theory. How far do we see this rivalry going? Do we see it going into Mania? Is this a star-making moment for Austin Theory?
No, this will go into, well, they don't have another pay-per-view until Royal Rumble, so they'll get another TV match. Okay. Obviously, they're going to fight soon, so it's going to have to be on TV, because, again, we don't get another pay-per-view until January.
Yes.
Could it make Royal Rumble? I don't hope so. I don't. By that time, no. At some point, I think it needs to be moved on. I think at some point, Theory will beat the bad bitch, and then he'll have the confidence on his shoulder after beating a bad bitch, and then and then he can go on and fight somebody else. But you can continue to push his arrogance. I think that'll be what's good for Austin Theory. I mean, not to say that him and Seth can't have something back and forth, but again, we understood why Seth won the United States Championship. He ain't had no gold in a while, and Roman ain't giving up the title for a minute. This is why right now, I honestly, I don't even care if Seth don't need to win the United States Championship.
Mhm.
Like anytime that these two are fighting, Seth don't need to win the U.S. Championship no more. He can. I don't care if it's a disqualification or if Theory actually beats him. He don't need it. You need to set up what my man really needs, and he needs that gold for that bad bitch waist.
Yeah.
All right, he's got to. You can't have my man coming out like he do, and he ain't got no gold around his waist, man. So. The man don't allow that. The man don't allow his bad bitch to come out looking bad. So therefore, I'm okay if Theory beats Seth. That just gives him the credibility to move forward and maybe actually have a more proper United States Championship run for Theory. Because when you think about it, he had a couple of matches, but at the same time, it could have been a little bit better, and then he was losing, and then he lost, and then it just. What was that Earl said?
Let me see. My bad. Goodness gracious. Oh shit. Hold on. There we go. My fingers moving faster than my eyeballs.
First Raw on SmackDown 23 basically are being a 2-day. Oh wow. I mean, hey.
Hey, Triple H said he for the people, man. Triple H at the presser. He said, I hear the people. I see it on my Twitters. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make it do what it do, and we're going to try our best to give the fans what they want. And it's nice to see that him and Stephanie wasn't lying. It was just Vince in the fucking way.
Oh, it was Vince all the way. That's just what it was. It was Vince all the way.
Hey, and I want to go on record until some bullshit comes out. Nick Khan, I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, you know what? We always honestly there was no hate against Nick Khan. It was just the fact. Who the hell is this dude? Who was this dude that was coming in and making these decisions and Vince giving him all this power? That was the whole thing about Nick Khan. Like, who is this Nick Khan? This boy coming in he came in as the Grand Reaper boy. Oh, you're expendable. You can go. You're one of our highest selling merch sellers. You can go. It's like, damn. Oh shit. Who is this dude, man? So Nick Khan wasn't. He was doing what Vince asked him to do. Cut corners and get rid of talent that Vince didn't give a damn about. And now, but just to be fair, not everybody Triple H is bringing back he's starting to make Vince's theory also respectable too at the same time, because not everybody has been coming back to like Dexter Lumis. I'm glad you didn't talk about him, bruh. I don't see it working. I don't see it working at all. Like you're gonna have to change his whole entire. You're going to change him up completely. I don't know if that works, man, because the whole match, I had to go back and watch the highlights to see what happened and see he won. But, bro, that's going to have to go. So not everybody is the money maker. But, again, this is why I'm like, I hope people ain't just rushing to go back to WWE thinking you got something to do, because not everybody got something worthwhile doing. Yeah, you got some of the young people we still want to see come up, but it is what it is. But bro, man, we gave the people for 43 minutes. We about to come up on, man, just talking that Raw, talking that news. Roman Reigns getting mad because he almost got his eardrum busted by Kevin Owens, but it's all good because Kevin Owens gonna bust his ass at the Royal Rumble. He'll still lose, but he gonna get back at him. But other than that, man. Not a bad pay-per-view. Raw was, the first hour. The first hour was 5 out of 5. I'll give the first hour 5 out of 5 just on the humble. It was commercial-free, and it kept my interest the entire hour. The rest of the show, I give it a mid.
Too cold, man. I gotta tell you, bro. You got to get you one of these, man.
What up?
A chicken salad. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW. As always, truly the 29-year-old piece of gold. He's too cold.
Fucking with these bad bitches. You know what? You and Seth. Oh, fuck y'all, man.
Hey,
go ahead, man.
81st Street Deli. Hey, if you ain't from Cleveland, don't you take your ass over there. Peace.
Don't you go over there. Don't you go over there at all. Not at all. You stay away. Just say no.
Don't let TikTok get you off. Peace.
Hell no.